I'm Matt with etrailer. Today we're going to be talking about our Inno Roof Rack with the flush rails on our 2024 Mercedes-Benz GLE. Now this can be a great option if you're looking for something that's just going to have more of a clean look, because we're not going to have a lot of overhang that you get with your typical roof rack. Now roof racks are going to be my choice for that external storage area, because you could go with a hitch and put a hitch carrier on there or even connect it to a trailer. The only downside to that is that's going to take up a lot larger of a footprint, so if you're trying to get into those really tight areas or just tighter areas in general, it's going to be really difficult to do that. Now with the roof rack, we're already using the same real estate that's already available to us, just making it a little bit taller. And that's why I like them a little bit more. And what's nice about these ones today is it has a lot of built-in features already on them, so you don't have to worry about any tools on hand. And if you don't like any of those crossbars that have the overhang to them, this is going to be a really good choice for you. But let's start off with talking about the components that come with this kit. So this is going to come in two pieces. We're going to have our Aero crossbars, and we're going to have the tower itself. Now each one of these crossbars are going to be different lengths. We're going to have the longer ones up front and the shorter ones in the back. Now we are going to have this built-in T-channel with this built-in weather strip. That's going to keep out any wind and any debris to make sure it doesn't get obstructed and reduce wind noise. The shape of it is also going to reduce wind noise, and this is going to go right into our towers right here. If I remove this, typically you can have this locked into place. I already unlocked it, and you can see what's kind of happening underneath here. And what's really neat about this is we're going to have this knob here. You can tighten this down just by pulling on this, so you don't need any external tools to do this. That's why I like it personally. And we're going to have this indicator right here telling us which is going to be your left and your right side. The left being your driver, right being the passenger. Underneath there, we're going to have this bar that is connected to this rubber strap. That's what you're tightening down when you tighten down this knob here. And that's what I like about it, is that it's going to give you full coverage of your rails, giving you a really good hold. So let's talk about how it's going to look up here. So you notice my crossbars are pretty far apart. I put them this far just to show you that we can get a pretty wide spread. And in the center, you notice I already have my sunroof open, and you can tell this gets pretty high. So if you do have a roof rack on here, a lot of times it will make contact with this, especially with this type of bar. So the biggest thing to note there is if it is kind of high, especially on the front side, since we still can open up our roof or sunroof, since it does kind of have this slight bow to it. Now here you just need to make sure if you have any clamps, just make sure they're not going to make contact with your roof, or in some cases just use this T-channel at the very top of it so you can completely avoid that. Now the next measurement I want to talk about is going to be the total distance it adds to your roof. This is going to be a little bit under 3 inches. So that's still going to be very compact, but I still recommend just taking the total measurement of your roof. So get your vehicle, your crossbars, and anything on top of that, so you know if you can make it under a spot anywhere like a garage. And this is going to have a pretty decent weight capacity, but what I would recommend is finding out what your roof is rated for and then go from the lowest rated component so you don't damage anything. Now in my opinion, I think this is a solid choice because again, it's not going to have that overhang, so it looks a little bit more clean up here. And if you're looking for something that has everything already integrated into it, it's probably going to be my top choice. Because most roof racks out there don't have lock cores already installed, and since that tightening tool is integrated into it, we don't have to worry about losing it. And speaking of tightening it down and installing it, I can show you what that process looks now. So the first thing we want to do is make sure we have all our parts. You notice I'm missing a few because I already have my front crossbar installed. Now what we are going to have is one crossbar per side, and they are going to be the same installation process. Now these are going to be 2 different lengths, so we want to make sure we have the right one for the right side. And we're going to have our tower and the end cap that goes along with it. Now these will have a left and right side. I'll tell you which one is which once we get it over there. And then on top of that, I recommend having a tape measure so we can make sure everything is even. So let's put these towers into place now. The easiest way I find to do this is to put the crossbar in the orientation of your roof. So let's say I'm behind my vehicle right now. We want to make sure the thicker side is facing forward, the thinner side behind us. And we want to make sure we have the left tower on the driver's side. Once we do that, we want to have the right tower on the passenger side. We can flip this over, and from here, I'm going to have these tabs that'll go into this opening. If you don't see that opening, it's probably in an orientation like this. To put it in there, just press down that rubber square till it hides all of that, and then put this little tabs here with that opening. Should kind of fall into place, push on the side of it, and it locks it there, like that. And we want to make sure that this opening is facing on the outside. Once we're done with that, repeat that on the other side. And we can put it on our roof now. We want to make sure this is going to be the correct one for the correct location. So your shorter crossbar is going to go on the back side, while your longer one goes on the front side. You are going to have a little bit of play here, so I could put it at the very far end, or I could put it a little bit forward. For now, I'm just going to put it at the very far end to show you that we can reach all the way across here. Just get it to kind of line up with the raised rails. I guess I'll put mine at the very back of it, just like that. Once you make sure both sides are in the correct locations, we can grab this rubber strap and put that bar on these hooks. If that feels too tight, just loosen this up by turning this tab here and put it in place, then tighten it. And I'd recommend just to tighten it enough where you have a little resistance. Once you have that little resistance, go to the other side, repeat the same process, then go back and forth until this is all the way tightened down. And you'll be able to tell if it's all the way tight. If it feels just really snug, you can't really get it to tighten down anymore, I'll try to get it to push point down to down position if I can. That makes putting the end cap a little bit easier on. And now again, you can kind of see this L right here. That's letting us know this is the left-hand side of the left-hand tower. We're going to have the left end cap. It's also going to have an L on the inside of it, so you can match them up and not get them mixed up. Once you're ready, put that into place, and then you can just give it a good old shake test. Make sure it's not going to go anywhere. Load it up, and then take it out for a ride. But that'll complete our installation. If you guys have any other questions, let us know here at eTrailer. And again, I'm Matt, and thanks for watching.